but I wasn't really drinking much of it. It's only if I had like cereal when I got bored of porridge, I'd have it on some cereal or something like that, and then I kind of like flipped almond milk. But to be honest, I'm not really drinking any of it. I bought some almond milk the other day, because I've still not bought the almond, but nut milk bag. I've got it written down here in front of me. I've not bought one of those yet, so I've not got my flowery apron to go with it yet. But I've had some of that. But I'm finding I'm not even craving that. I'm not craving that creamy thing really. It's not.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It really is kind of this transition people usually have to go through where they have the healthier version of the things that remind them of the things they used to eat, and then as they get better, then they don't miss those things. So you seem to already have gone past that. That's good.
Yeah, it's only when I went, obviously, I fell off the bandwagon at the weekend, and we had some drinks and stuff, that I noticed my cravings then went the flip side of it. I'm having drinks, so my body's going, okay, well, this must be sort of like an anchored state. You drink this, therefore you need like salty peanuts, or, all that kind of stuff, because obviously your body's dehydrated. And so it's kind of exciting for me, because I like stuff like that. I kind of like to see how my body's reacting in stuff like that, and craving, and I'm thinking, I fancy, this is a horrible thing, because I'd obviously, it was a Sunday or something, I thought, I fancy a pork pie, and they're like horrible, what I mean? But I was like craving a pork pie. I'm like, no, don't eat a pork pie, you don't even eat meat now, let alone God knows what's in that. But it was just, I understood that.
Let me tell you a couple of things with that. Because what I really teach in my programs is to not let yourself feel deprived. Because as soon as you start saying, no, I can't eat this, I can't eat this, I can't eat this, you're so focused on it, it becomes this big thing that you're trying to resist. And that really does kind of turn on that famine trigger in your mind, where it thinks it has to turn stuff into fat and make you tired and stuff because it thinks there's not enough, right? Yep. So I really try to help people avoid that. And so I tell them, like, I really want to write a book called Eat the Damn Donut, because I think people need
that'd be brilliant. What an excellent title. I like a bit of that.
Like
Love that title.
But I think people need to just get over that, like, diet mentality, you know, where they think, okay, I'm going to get all these great results because I'm sacrificing all this, you know? Where really it's like, don't make it into this big thing. Surround yourself by all of the things that are good for you. And then if you go to a party and they have, something you want to eat that's not great, just eat it.
Yeah.
And then go back home and drink your smoothie and you're back on track. That's really, like, the tool I found is, if I eat something really junky one night, the next morning I drink my smoothie and I'm right back on track. I'm not craving junk anymore. I'm fine. Yeah. And so I really would rather that you have this feeling that it's not like you're going to never get to enjoy food again, or you're never going to get these things that you love or anything,
It's amazing. Like I say, I seriously, you wouldn't believe the amount of people now who are like texting me and messaging me on Facebook and stuff. I go, what's in these green smoothies? Seriously. And I'm like, because a lot of first comments were like, oh, it looks like goop and stuff like that. But obviously then I'm posting the results and the swimming and how good I feel and energized, and people are going, really, and I'm meeting a few friends and stuff like that. Going, no, you stop raving about these green smoothies. And I took one down for the two lads I ran with last night, and he says, "Oh, it looks flipping disgusting." I said, "Have a taste," and they're like, "Wow, that tastes all right. Actually, you can't, they taste really, really good. They are really good." And I just moving on from the balance thing. Sorry, the craving is that I did kind of like put a post on, like, it was like 2 weeks ago, and I took a picture of a pint. Because I'd had like my mass meeting that was planned, and obviously the guy likes traditional beer and stuff. I went, right, this is my last pint till I go on the 90-day, this running 6 weeks or 7 weeks with. And by like 4 days later, I was thinking, I wish I hadn't said that. I really, because it's not like I want to be going out drinking all the time, because I don't. Because I've really felt it when I've gone running. If I've had a few drinks and then gone running in the morning, I'm thinking, oh, I'm not drinking again. Not that I feel rough. But I just noticed my body's not energised like it has been over the last couple of days. But like at the weekend, I just went sod it. I was around some good friends. We're all having a great time and a few beers, and that's why I put on it. Don't, like you just said, don't deprive yourself. Otherwise, it becomes resentful about the challenge you're doing or the diet you're doing, and that's no good for you at all. So I just wanted to say like that from a balance point of view as well. So
yeah,
definitely.
And sometimes really that, like, ability to eat something that we think we're craving, and then, are you getting echo?
No.
Okay, good. And then just be able to pay attention to how we feel is a better, like, more helpful thing than if you're just not eating.
Yeah.
So I'll do this sometimes. I'll think, God, I'm really craving this. I'll eat something just kind of garbage and go, I'll eat it and I'll go, I don't even feel that good while I'm eating it.
Yeah.
And then I feel not great after. And then next time it's not, it's like,
No.
I don't think I want that. And that's more powerful to me than just willpower and resisting it.
Definitely. Your body does react, doesn't it? You remember it. It's like, obviously I do a lot of stuff with the mind, so it's an anchored state. You go, I really enjoy this, and you go, that's awful. You know what I mean? I think it's really affected by taste buds, to be honest. It's made a massive difference to that as well. So I suppose just summing it up then, really. So grains, I'll try that. If you can send us some recipes over, that'd be fantastic for the salad dressings and stuff. And then I'll do the grains in water. I'll get some almonds. I'll chuck them in because I realise how great almonds are. And to be honest, I've been having the dried ones, and I just think that's hard work, and I'm like resentful of eating it. I realise the energy and stuff like that, but I'm like, just dry. So I'll definitely try that one. And I've got to up it by about 10 times to get the. I'll do it. I've just been out. I've just been shopping again today and bought 2 bags of spinach. I think I'm going to have to be buying like 6 bags at a time or something.
You could probably eat one a day. Yeah.
Bag of spinach a day. Yeah. Just saying that I did kale for a couple of days. I didn't particularly get on with that. It's not as nice as spinach, I don't find, for myself.
Yeah, kale is, the flavor's not bad, but it's a lot thicker texture. And so if your blender isn't able to completely just, get it down to nothing, then it's going to be a lot chewy than the spinach for sure. Is
there another one that I could try? You say greens rather than...
Yeah, chard. I don't know if you can get like rainbow chard, Swiss chard.
Right,
That's a really mild flavor.
Right, okay.
The other thing you may want to try is if you freeze the greens, it helps them to break down more when they're blended.
Yeah, I've just noticed that I'd actually learned, if anybody was watching this, actually I did learn something yesterday, is that I actually got a bag and I thought, I'm not going to use all that bag, so I chucked it in the freezer, and then I took some out and I thought I'm going to use all that tomorrow, so I might as well just chuck it in the fridge. So I chucked it in the fridge, and then like within a couple of hours it just went, bloody awful. It's like green. Yeah, it didn't taste nice at all. So if you're going to freeze it and then use it from the freezer.
Right, butter, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So that was a good learning curve for me. So
yeah.
Cool.
Let me tell you one more thing just about seeds and nuts for sure. So we're kind of like typically used to eating a certain amount of things, but the thing to know about nuts and seeds is they have a ton more energy in a little bit than a lot of plant food does, right? Like, so a lot of lettuce or different things like that, you can eat tons and tons and tons of it, and it's not going to be that much energy. But if you eat 4 almonds is going to be a lot of energy. Like a snack could literally be 4 almonds. And I realized this when I was eating just handfuls and handfuls of almonds, and they just didn't taste very good to me after a few.
Yeah.
And they felt kind of heavy, and the shakes I would make with nuts in them, with almonds in them, like the chocolate banana one that I do almonds, I would really like it, but then it would feel like just so much. Like it's just like, I can't really explain it. It just felt like,
Right, okay.
And I realized it's because our body really only needs a little bit of something that's that high of a concentration of energy.
Right.
And so just kind of pay attention when you're eating it. Try just 2 or 3 almonds at a time, and then notice the energy. And really, like when we are eating, it's because our energy's starting to go low, and we think, okay, I need some energy, so we eat, and we should eat until we get up to that point of, okay, now I'm at the peak of energy. What most people do is they eat so fast and they don't pay attention. They eat until they're back down where the body's like got all this to deal with, right?
Yeah.
So you want to stop when you're at that peak. And so notice, especially with seeds and nuts, that you'll get there a lot quicker with just a few of those.
Cool.
And so, that'll help too.
Cool. Right. Well, I'll take all that lot on board. I've got it in my head. I'm going to scribble it down after we finish this call, and go out and get some more nuts and some more seeds. Actually, just a funny point. Just because it was Lidl, because Lidl's so much cheaper for fruit and veg and stuff around here. It's like half the price of some of the supermarkets, and I don't really know the aisles yet. And it's just random. Is Lidl? Do they have Lidl over there in America? Oh, it's like a really cheap like supermarket. I think it's Swedish. I'm not too sure. But everything's mixed up. It's the only place you can buy like a pair of slippers next to an asparagus. You know, it's a weird place. But I was like going down this other aisle and there's like these massive bags of like seeds and stuff, and I'm thinking, wow, that's quite cheap in comparison to the small bag that I've just bought. And I looked, it was bird seed. it was bird food. And I thought, no, you're taking it to an extreme now. Don't eat the bird food. So
Yeah, maybe not.
maybe not. No, cool. Thanks for that, Liz. I'll just turn the recorder off and then we can just have a little bit of a chat. Thanks for those tips. That's been fantastic. Cool.